Hey, it's Pauline here, and I want to talk about the difference between dating and courting and why dating is dumb. Okay, so there's two perspectives, and not everyone that watches this video is going to get this or think that this is a cool idea or wise. I'm not speaking to you. I'm talking to people who are fed up with dating and having their heart broken, and they're looking for an alternative. So you are the people I'm talking to. That was where I was at when I was during that phase of life before I got married, where I'd had my heart broken and I had broken other people's hearts. It went back and forth, and I was sick of just playing the game. So here's what dating is. Dating is person A and person B are, maybe somewhat physically attracted together, are attracted to each other, and think that they might be a good couple, and one asks one person out to go do some sort of fun event or go somewhere together, and then hopefully become mutually exclusive is the ideal. Really no intentions of marriage. Maybe one person might be thinking about it, but there's definitely no conversations about it because that would be really weird on the first date. And just basically interested in each other and out to have fun. And if you're in high school or junior high, you're certainly not thinking about marriage. It's just to have fun. And the guy is hoping that it'll progress a little bit farther and he'll get some of his needs met. And the girl is hoping that her heart will be met, her need for love. Men have a need for sex, women have a need for love. And they're both hoping that their needs are going to be met through this relationship, whether it's temporary or long-term. And usually the girls are thinking more long-term and the guys maybe not as much. So that's kind of dating in a nutshell. Now, what is courting? It's kind of a weird word. It makes you think of old-fashioned days. So courting is you are friends with a lot of people. And when you find one person that you are interested in possibly getting married to, that's when, instead of dating, you begin a courtship. And a courtship is where you are basically just learning more about each other. The whole purpose of a courtship is to find out whether or not person A and person B are going to be a suitable companions for marriage. So once you realize that there's no way I can marry this guy, the courtship ends. It's done. There's no heartbreaking. There might be disappointment, on the other end, especially if they thought you were a pretty good match. But there was no, you didn't become one. There was no sex. There was no kissing. Holding hands is really not even a good idea because the more you touch, it becomes tempting to become intimate. And this sounds prudish and this is so counterculture. But honestly, I've done both. I have dated and dated and dated and have my heart broken and became, totally intimate with someone and had my heart broken and went through all sorts of despair and depression and suicidal thoughts. And that wasn't really great. I look back and that was such a waste of friggin' time. And had anyone ever told me, hey, consider this courtship idea, that would have been a really good idea. So I just look back and think it was such a waste of time. And then my last relationship, which ended up being the man I did marry, we courted. And it was great because we got to know each other. And we definitely fell in love during our courtship, but he respected me and treasured me and wanted to keep me pure for the man that I was supposed to marry. He wanted to, if I was not supposed to be married to him, he didn't want to take anything away from me. To me, that makes me think of real love, true love. Selfish love is, well, I don't care if you're going to marry me or not. I'm going to do whatever I want with you and get my pleasure from you and then dump you when I get tired of you. Isn't that what dating is often like? But courtship, you're actually, the man treasures you. He doesn't want to kiss you. He doesn't want to touch you. He wants to. Don't get me wrong, he's a man. But he wants to keep you precious for the man you're supposed to be with. Because there's no guarantee. Even when he puts a ring on your finger and proposes to you, there's no guarantee that he's not going to die the next day and that the man you were supposed to marry is yet to come. So that is kind of the sense of waiting to have sex until you get married. Is until you're married to the person you're supposed to be married to, there's just no guarantees that the guy that you think is going to be the one is the one. And every time you become one with a man, you give a part of your heart away. like all of your heart. You become one with that person. And the man you marry, you want to give him everything that you have to offer because you're going to love him and he's going to cherish you. So that's what I just loved about Derek, was he treasured me so much and he loved me so much that he was willing to sacrifice his temporary pleasure to wait for me, so that if in the event he wasn't the man I was supposed to marry, there wouldn't be any baggage and broken hearts for me to give to the man that was supposed to be my husband. And thankfully Derek was my husband. Yay! So it worked out great. And our wedding, I think, and our marriage has been that much more special. So it's just some thoughts to consider. Is dating dumb? Is dating going anywhere? Is it helping your life? I mean, I know it's what everyone's doing in school, and it's what everyone's doing in college, and it's what everyone's doing on TV, and even adults. But just because everyone's doing it doesn't make it the right thing to do, or the best thing to do, or the most practical thing to do. So if you're someone who thinks that everything I'm saying is stupid, scroll on by, click away, fine, whatever. This is not for you. I'm making this video for the people who are interested in learning something different, and they're sick of having their heart broken, and they're sick of dating, and they really don't know what the alternatives are. And if there are alternatives, and this is what works really well. So I hope that was helpful. Leave some comments below if you have any questions or something you'd like me to talk about. I would love to share with you some of the things I've learned in my life. And I hope you have an